Hello, and welcome back, everybody. Welcome back to Out of Ore. My name is Quad, and today we are going to get continued on our beautiful factory and start smelting some stuff. Now, if we take a look at the top right corner, I do have about $161,000 in the bank. I did not realize I made that much in the last episode, but let's go ahead and jump down here. So yeah, it's a double Out of Ore back-to-back episodes. I was trying to make a construction simulator video, but I just got too frustrated by the camera controls. They suck so bad that I just quit in frustration. So I don't think I'm going to play that game, bro. It has horrible cameras. Anyway, what are we going to need to get this done? Well, we already have the coal screener in there. We have the shaker right here. Yeah, well, right here we can see a blasted rock and crushed rock. So that's the only thing coming out the front side right here, which is fine. We're just going to leave it there. But on this back side, we're getting everything else, which is all of this stuff, right? And if we look over here, pretty much most of this can turn into like a smelted ore of sorts, except for the pay dirt, the gravel, etc., right? We're not really collecting any of that unless we start digging up top, so we probably are going to want to filter those things out as well before we start sending them into the smelter. But everything else should be able to go into the smelter, minus a couple things perhaps. So we need to set up a few different things. I have not looked anything up, so this is all going to be my guesswork. There is a metal sorter, but that only separates out the iron and aluminum. And the wash plant, we could throw a wash plant on, but it's still going to pop out the diamond and rubies and all of that, which doesn't help. It should pass out through the front, but I still don't want to melt those things. The sluice box, it doesn't pass anything through it. It just all gets stored right in the middle. Which would be fine for the diamond, ruby, and silicon, because we can't turn those into bars or anything else for that matter, right? Well, we can with the silicon, so that is a lie. But what I meant to say was the smelter doesn't do the aluminum or the silicon, but the high temperature smelter does. And it also turns iron into melted steel, but it still doesn't filter out the gems and stuff. So I don't know how the hell I'm supposed to go about doing all that, like with the rubies and all that stuff. Yeah, because I don't think there's like a gem polisher or anything yet. So right now, all I'm trying to do is dig out this gold over here. So I think we're just going to do a basic setup. I shouldn't have a bunch of crap in there. Once I start digging up here on the top side again, that's when I'm going to have to worry about pay dirt and all of that. So I think what I want to do is just kind of focus on the gold for now, and we'll just kind of figure that out. So here's where all of the other crap comes out of from the shaker screener, all of the ores, right? So what are we going to do? We're going to have to pop these off real quick, and this one as well. And then I could probably just put another left piece on to kind of come this way. Otherwise, I might need to just completely remove this cell point. Let's take a look at our power plant, by the way. Yeah, it's still doing excellent. We got 15,000 coal, so I want to continue to sell coal. So let's just grab a left piece for right here, which is right here for 4,500. Let's slap that puppy in. I'm going to have to dig this out just a bit, or we could always lift it up a little bit as well, which I think we're going to do because it gets deeper and deeper with the stone as we come this way. But I kind of was thinking about wrapping it around this way because, well, I don't know why. Yeah, I think I do. So we're going to bring this straight, and then we're going to start turning it that way. I do have a 6 meter straight piece. Let's see if this will be enough. It looks like it will, and then we'll just put another right piece right here. And boom, just like that. In fact, I'm going to bring it up a notch. It's a little bit in the ground too much. So let's go and destroy both of these real quick. There's this 8x6 up. Let's see how far this comes. That's a lot too far, bro. Way too far. So I'm just going to grab a little 4x4. I think this will be the best one. Or this one. This one only comes up by 4 as well. So maybe we'll grab that. Stick it right here, and it'll be kind of a gradual increase. Yeah, there we go. Okay, well, it should be fine. Anyway, let's go and put on this other right piece. And then let's stick on another straight piece. Yeah, see, it's already touching the ground right here. Okay, that's going to be fine. All of this stuff is coming out, bro. That's a lot of stuff. Like I said, I'm not going to be digging all of this stuff. The main components like the blasted rock and all that's going straight forward. We already got the coal being filtered out, so we don't have to worry about blasted rock and crushed rock going in. And if I'm going to be just digging that gold over there, then it should be fine to just set up a smelter. So let's go ahead and buy this smelter. It does do gold. So there's 10,000. And then if we're going to smelt it, gold only can be turned into bars. So let's buy this for 10,000. Yeah, all these other things like the beam roller, that's just for steel. The bloom rollers for iron, copper, aluminum, and steel. The coil roller, iron, copper, aluminum, and steel. The metal sorter doesn't even sort all metals, just aluminum and iron. Plate shear, iron, copper, aluminum, and steel again. Same with the rod roller. So the only thing we can really do with the gold is turn it into bars. Now the smelter, I don't think we need any water hookups, right? No, we don't. Or with the bar roller, we don't need any water hookups. Okay. So let's see if we get this set up here. Let's go and put down the smelter first, like right here. And then we could probably put on another right piece, which I just bought for 4,500. We'll stick that puppy right here. And then we could put the bar roller on, I think. Yeah, look, right here like that. And then it does come out the end, so we're just going to feed it right back into the sell point here, I think. Now, don't use this as a guide. This is all guesswork for on my part. Actually, I need it to come forward just a bit. So let's get like a one banger, which I actually already have in my inventory. So yeah, let's let this down first, and then we'll do the right, and then we'll do the up. There we go. In fact, one more one banger would be perfect. So let's go and destroy this. Let's grab another 2 meter piece, which I call the good old one banger, right? Because it's a one piece segment. Anyway, let's go ahead and put this on and then throw that on. Yeah. And then this should drop gold bars right into the sell point, right? In theory, I think so. So we should probably take a look and see how much the load on this is. I'm going to dig this out a bit as well. So let's throw on a quick time lapse and just kind of dig around this machine a bit. Okay, I think that's going to be enough. I can see the motor down there. All right, well, let's go check the power consumption on this. We're at 1,500. Okay, that's going to be fine because our power plant can hold quite a bit. Even our power poles, I think, are rated at 3,600. Oh, they're not. They're at 1,400. Hold on a second. How much was it? Dude, we're over the allocated amount. So we're going to have to get rid of this pole. We're going to have to buy a brand new one. I'm glad I double checked on it. So I'm assuming the 3,600 one. How much does that power plant produce again? 3,600, yep. So we're just going to have to buy the 3,600 power pylon. It was $8,000. It was a bit on the expensive side, but it's going to be able to power this entire thing. So there we go. Let's hook the wires back up from here down to the hopper. Then, of course, from here over to the power plant itself. Boom. There we go. Now this thing should run just fine, and it's fully loaded. We're going to load it all the way up. There we go. It's at a full 5,000 liters. Let's turn it on. Let's turn on the hopper. There we go. And then let's jump in the front loader here, and let's go start digging out some of this gold behind us. Yeah, let's get over here, and let's see if we can get some of this gold. We might have to blow it a little bit, right? With the old dynamite. Actually, I think I'm going to have to because I don't think I'm going to be able to get in here. I do have a hole there. I don't remember how I dug that thing, but let's see if we can come in for a scoop, though. Let's zoom in a bit. Let's focus on the freaking bucket here. Okay, there we go. Come in a little bit further, please. A little bit further. Yeah, we're going to have to blow this all out. It's fine. Let me go dump this real quick. Maybe it's enough to at least see what's going to happen, and then we'll come over with some TNT or something and just kind of blow all that top side off. But let's come in, let's get it dumped, and then let's follow it and see how all this works. Shut her down and jump out, and then just get off of that, bro. We don't need that in our hand. Let's head over here. So it's going through, coming around. It's coming through the coal shaker. Here it's coming through the screen shaker. This should be mostly gold. If we look, it is gold ore. Okay, let's see what happens when it comes into this. Okay, it is turning into melted gold. Excellent. Oh, dude, it's in boxes. Excuse me. Oh my God, look at it. Look at it. Oh, dude, that's amazing. Is our money going up, by the way? Is my money going up? Dude, where's it going, bro? It doesn't fall off the edge into the sell point? Oh no, what am I supposed to do? Oh, it's here now. Well, dang it, dude. I want it to go into the sell point. Well, how am I supposed to sell this now? You know what I mean? Like, I don't want to manually sell it. I want it to just sell automatically. Do we need to put like a chute or something, perhaps? Let's find out. No, I don't think that makes sense, actually. We'll buy one anyway, but I'm pretty sure that doesn't make sense. Let's see. Nah, it doesn't make sense. Damn it, bro. I mean, it does make sense, but it doesn't. I thought it was going to come out as like regular, like ingots, like not in boxes, and they would just fall. I guess we don't really have a choice, do we? We're going to have to manually sell it. Okay, well, if that's the case, there's no point of trying to send it over here, and we should just throw it straight into a unfortunate storage unit. So let's get rid of these. Yeah, that kind of sucks. It kind of makes me a little bit sad, honestly. There's something that's enjoyable about like automatically selling stuff, right? Well, at least to me, eh? Because like as you dig, you're making money. Anyway, let me see here. And then it doesn't even make sense to put it into the storage because if it's coming out as boxes, it's just kind of weird. Anyway, let's just put the storage down. And I guess, oops, not like that, bro. I guess we're just gonna have to see what happens here. I mean, all of this is early access, so do be like aware, right? And it looks like it should just slide right into that chute. So let's do some more digging. Let's see how all this works. But yeah, I'm sure there's like big plans for all of it later on. I do love my spaghetti factory, by the way. In fact, it makes me want to get back into playing Satisfactory again. But let's get some dynamite real quick. I'm just going to get some basic TNT, 1, 2, 3, 4 of them. And I'm just going to come over here and we're just going to blow out a lot of this, right? So there's a bunch right here that we want to get. Is there, though? Well, I need to blow this out anyway because I don't know what I did, but I screwed it all up. Let's blow out this. Yeah, I guess we'll just focus on this middle part first. There's one there, and then let's place the other one like right here. Oh, I got a few more. Let's just blow out this whole vein. Just kidding, by the way. 3, 2, 1, fire in the hole. There we go. So now this should all have gold in it. Let's go ahead and grab the front loader. Let's continue digging. And let's see what happens now. Let's see if it just goes straight into the storage. Yeah, that does make me a bit sad, unfortunately. I did want to just kind of automatically sell it. I like that because you just have to dig and then everything just kind of goes up, right? All your money. Anyway, let's get it turned. Let's get this thing kind of flat real quick. We don't need it to be angled down like a lot. So something like this. Come forward. And let's start digging out. Yeah, that's looking good. It's a nice full one. Let's go dump it. We're gonna have to do a couple digs here to really see if it's working because I kind of blasted it all. So now it's mixed. Anyway, dump, bro. And apparently I need to flatten out this side as well. Well, that kind of sucks, man. Now, if I had something besides just gold, it seems like this whole map is pretty much, well, not this whole map, but this whole quarry seems to mostly be gold. We'll have to see what happens when we find something else. Okay, that's kind of a deep one. I didn't want to go down so deep, but yeah, I kind of screwed myself here. Damn it, bro. Anyway, I'm gonna have to try to fix that, I think. So we're gonna get this dumped. Is it doing its thing back there? I can see the boxes moving. So yeah, let's go take a look. Shut it down, hop out. Yeah, I can see the boxes going into the storage, or at least it looks like it's going in. Is it doing a thing, bro? I guess it is, right? Yeah, it totally is. Okay, fair enough. Well, I guess we're gonna have to use storages. That's just the way the cookie crumbles sometime. I'm excited to see where this all goes, though. Like, if I could just fast forward this game for like another 5 years or something, right? Anyway, 5 years, you guys are probably thinking, what? Dude, no, that's way too long. There better be an Out of War 2 in 5 years. Well, anyway, let's get over here. I'm gonna try to go a little bit smoother. I kind of screwed myself. I guess what I could do is just try to smooth what I have here out. So let's come forward. Let's do like a little bit of a better angle, I guess. Okay, that's looking a bit better. Lift it back up and reverse it. There we go. I think this will do all right. We'll see. It's kind of steep for this thing. This thing is not that powerful, but I'm coming backwards up that. I guess we'll just kind of dig this out for a bit and see what happens in like 10 or 20 minutes or something. See how much money we got over there. But it doesn't seem like gold is used for anything yet. I don't know if it ever will be, but maybe for some of those construction parts, like making electronics or something. I'm gonna come over here now and just start kind of digging right through here. I want to make it a little bit less deep and a little more shallow. Just maybe like this. Yeah, it comes down nice and smooth. There we go. Tilt the bucket up some. It is full. Yeah, that's kind of what I wanted to do to right there, but I kind of screwed it up anyhow. Yeah, seems like there's some stuff still missing though, as far as like filtering ores and stuff out. Like, I don't know how to get out like silicon, and I don't know. I'm gonna have to mess with it a little bit more to really get things kind of precise, I guess. Let's continue though. We're gonna come back through here and just kind of dig right here. There we go. Not too deep though, Quad. There we go. Now, that's about as deep as I want to get it. So I'm gonna try to keep my bucket at about that level. How much money do we got right now though? We got 114,000. It is climbing. There we go. Gonna get back. Let's grab some more. Right here would have been a good spot too. I think I'm gonna try to dig that out with the excavator, but anyway, let's come back in. Let's flatten our bucket out a bit. Let's bring it down, and there we go. Looking good. Another full scoop. There's a lot of gold right through this spot as well, so we should make some pretty good money at this on this episode. At the end of the episode, we will sell all of that gold and see how much we actually made, and we can see the boxes moving back there, so now I don't know what happens when you dump other crap into your smelter. Like right now we are filtering out the crushed rock, we're filtering out the blasted rock, so we don't really have to worry about contaminating that thing. But I am curious what happens if you do contaminate it with like dirt or something, you know. There we go, which we could test out. We do have plenty of pay dirt and stuff up there. So anyway, we'll just do this for this episode, I think, with the gold, and then we should make enough money by the time the next episode, where we'll be able to completely add the other stuff for like the wash plant and all that. Maybe we could do it in this episode. I don't know. I mean, I do probably have enough money right now. We are sitting at $120,000, by the way. And I think the wash plant now requires water, so we're gonna have to get a water pump and all that going. There we go. Let's just come in like this, and all the way to the back. There we go. And let's go dump it. And yeah, this is exactly what I was wanting to do through this whole thing, but I kind of screwed it up. Spin it around. Our gold is still coming through back there. We can see it on the conveyor belts. Well, hopefully you can see it. Probably if you're watching on your TV, but not so much if you're on your phone, right? Let's lower the bucket. We're just going to start scraping off the side here like this. There we go. Okay, kind of. Not really. It is a full bucket, so I'm happy with it. I guess I need to start coming in at an angle over there. Going into drive. Let's go dump this. Yeah, maybe we'll do a few more digs and see how much gold we have. We are up to 125,000, by the way. So we are making money from our blasted rock, our crushed rock. And then since we are messing with so much blasted rock, I should honestly get the cone crusher and all that going, and start filtering out all the stuff from the frother, you know what I mean? Anyway, I'm back at the deep part of my hole. Okay, that looks fine. Let's reverse it. Yeah, it's a little bit deep. Dang it. Anyway, it's not the one I wanted to go in either. Wanted to go over in that other section. We're up to about 130,000 now. Let's go and dump this one. We're still getting a lot of gold back there. So yeah, we should have a crap ton of money by the time we kind of get this little section dug out. I'm going to bring this one over here. We're going to line it up with what we got going right here. There we go. And then I want to start cutting it over this way. There we go. That's what I'm looking for. That's a full bucket. Let's go dump it. And here we are. Yep, yep. And then we'll get this one dumped like that. There we go. Okay, let's get this thing turned around. It is auto-saving now. So we've been going just for about a half of an hour right now. I want to come back through here a bit more though. Let's spin our camera around. Flatten our bucket out a bit. And then let's come in from the side like that. There we go. That's a nice full one. Let's go dump that out. Yeah, this is working out a lot better. This little pit that I got going compared to that first pit. Just got to be really careful when you do your first dig. Like, it's better to have it a little bit too shallow than over deep, right? I don't know if that makes sense, but like when you're trying to make your ramp, it's better to just slightly grade it than trying to go for a big scoop, because you might screw yourself up like I did and just make your hill a little bit too deep. Anyway, let's come back in. Let's line up our bucket again. Slow it down just a bit. That looks like it's about lined up. We'll tilt it up just a bit, and we're going to continue kind of riding over this way. There we go. It's a nice full bucket. Let's go dump it. Yeah, that's looking really good, honestly. Don't want to go too much more steep than that. We did struggle a little bit to get out of that hole. Let's spin it around, throw it into drive. We're still making a ton of money over there. You can see the gold is still going into the storage, so each scoop seems to be containing a little bit of gold. Let's get back over it. Let's keep doing it. We're going to do it until we can't. Just kidding. I don't know how long we're going to do it for, but let's bring it back down. Let's go and make sure this is angled properly. That looks good. Let's bring it over this way now and start digging that out. There we go. That's a full bucket. Just gonna dump it off. Dude, this is looking really nice in here. I like how smooth it is. A smooth leg runner. Anybody know that reference? Probably not. Anyway, let's come and dump it. It's a Rick and Morty reference if you didn't know. There we go though. And yeah, we're still making a lot of gold over there. You know what? Let's go ahead and stop where we're at. Let's go see exactly how well we're doing. Now, mostly, I want to see... Okay, this thing's already caught up. Let's see if this thing's backed up a little bit. Not really. Look, 23 coming in, 22 coming out. It's like barely, not even a sliver of green, so the capacity is fine. Let's take a look in our storage. Look, dude. Oh, okay, so whatever this thing can't smelt, it'll just pass through. Check it out. That aluminium is passing through. Okay, well, that's good to know. Is it good to know? I think so. I don't know if there's a way to sort out the bars after this point, right? But I guess I could have always added a metal sorter up here to sort out the aluminum and stuff. In fact, I could probably put a splitter and then put the high temperature one right next to this. Interesting. Anyway, let's go ahead and sell our gold. Let's see how much money we actually made. Is this thing still running, by the way? It's not. It's gone through all of it. So yeah, let's sell our gold. Let's see how much actually we made. We did get 1,500, by the way, so that's a crap ton. I'm gonna leave that aluminium in there. But let's come to the store and let's see. Dude, holy Christ, look. That was 250,000 or so. We're up to $343,000. That's amazing. This blasted rock and dirt that I have in my pocket, I'm gonna drop it off in the hopper. Okay, well, apparently we can do more stuff. So let's do some more building. I'm gonna drop this off though. Blasted rock can go in, the dirt can go in. Consume it, bro. Thank you. All right, all right. So we do have aluminium coming through, right? Which doesn't help us too much, honestly, because, well, I don't know. I don't know how I should be sorting this. So we have enough money, though. Let's do the jaw crusher and all of that. And I'm gonna have to redesign this a bit, I think. No, we don't. No, we don't, because we're already sorting out all of the crushed rock and the blasted rock into this section here. So we do want to go ahead and just remove the selling thing. Let's turn everything off real quick as well. I don't need this to be running while I'm doing all this. So we'll hop over to the power thing real quick and boom, shut it off. And check it out. We haven't even used that much fuel. 800 milliliters? I don't know. I think it was regular liters. Okay, so we got the crushed rock and all of that coming out of here. Which way should we turn this, I wonder? Well, we could run it back through this way again. Or I could flip it around and run it, like build it in this little section here, perhaps. Let's go buy what we need, though. We're going to come to production. We're going to need a cone crusher for 55, and then we're going to need a jaw crusher for 45. What do we need first? Well, blasted rock, solid rock turns into crushed rock. So we'd probably put this first, as I think the crushed rock will just pass through, and then the crushed rock will turn into gravel. So we would put this second. Yeah, I think that's going to be about right. Okay. So let's grab the jaw crusher first. We'll attach that. Let me see here. We're going to bring this down. We don't want this one here. Let's get rid of this. I'm going to get this little 4x4 up piece. Place that down, and then we're gonna get the jaw crusher, and that fits just well. I need to dig it out just a bit. Look, it is a little bit buried. Damn it. Yeah, I don't like it. Okay. I'm just gonna put this here. I'm gonna get a left piece, and I'm gonna stick that right here. In fact, I'm gonna buy another left piece. We're gonna stick that here. I'm gonna put the right piece just like that. So there we go. And now let's grab the jaw crusher. Boom. There we go. That looks good. Blasted rock. Solid rock comes in, and then crushed rock comes out the front. So that should be fine. I'm going to buy another right piece. I'm going to sit that right here. And then we're going to put the cone crusher in place. Just kidding. Oh, look. This needs to be raised up a lot, actually. Let's go ahead and throw this on. Let's throw this on. No, I don't like it, bro. I don't like it. Hold on. I don't like how I have any of this stuff. Hold on. And there we go. Check it out. We've also been promoted. Now let's go and put the cone crusher down. There we go. Now, what does the cone crusher do? Well, this should turn all of our solid and blasted rock into actual gravel, right? Yeah, it turns it into gravel. Okay, so now if we're going to be going into gravel, we're going to need a froth floater. We're also going to need water on this one, it looks like. So, but this should give us a lot of stuff. Yeah, no, it is. Look, it's going to put all of this into ore form. So that's good to know. In fact, we could probably, once it comes out of the froth floater, we could divert it straight back into this thing over here. So let's go ahead and probably do that. Let's go and buy the froth floater first, though, for 7,500. There we go. So iron, copper, aluminium, silver, gold, and lithium. All these things can be smelted in the smelter that we have, except for the aluminium, I believe, right? Iron, copper, silver, gold, platinum, lithium. Iron, copper, silver, gold, lithium. Yeah, I think that all lines up properly. I think the only thing that doesn't come out of the froth floater is platinum. So, okay, so we'll set this up. I already bought it, right? I did already buy it. Let's see how big this thing is, by the way. It is indeed massive. Okay. So I'm going to have to do some more moving around. Let's do a right here. And then we're going to have to get another up piece. Let's go ahead and lift it up like that. Is that going to be too high? I mean, technically it is, but not really. No, it's too high, bro. I'm going to grab the 8x6 right here. Okay, so now let's put the 8x6 into place. Or no, not the 8x6. I meant to say the 8x4. Yeah, just like that. And then the froth floater. There we go. It's on the ground. We're going to put it out just a little bit because we do need to hook up a water pipe right there. So let me get a one banger straight piece. Or you know what? Let's do a 2x2 or a 4 meter. Slap that puppy in. Slap the froth floater on. I'm gonna have to dig it out just a bit, and then we're gonna have to get a water pump going, so that'll be fun. And I'm completely blocking this, by the way, so I don't like that at all. What the hell else am I gonna do? I guess the only other option would have been to run everything to the backside, so you know what, it's gonna be fine right here. I'm not gonna be able to get into this very good, and it's gonna kind of screw this whole thing up. Yeah, it does screw this whole freaking thing up, honestly, but I mean, this is mostly just for coal anyway, so I don't think it's a huge deal, but I would still like it to be a little bit better looking and not protruding out so much. So yeah, you know what, screw it, I'm gonna destroy everything once again. I'm just wasting so much time, but it's just part of the building process. I'm gonna destroy everything again, and then I think I'm just gonna run it all this way. It'll be fine. So let's just knock everything out. Yeah, it's gonna be all right. See you later, alligator. And then yeah, so this will now run it to the right instead of to the left. So let's put the right on. There we go. And then I might wanted to bring it up more. What do we need first though? Not the cone crusher, but the jaw crusher. Yeah, that's gonna go really far into the ground. So let's put an 8x4 on. We might need to just extend it all the way back here or something. So here's that. So we already got the jaw crusher. I didn't have to move that. That's gonna stay. Then everything's going to come to the right. We could place down the cone crusher next. It's in the ground. We're going to dig it out just a little bit. And then let's place it back down. That looks a lot better. Okay. So now gravel's coming out of this, right? So now we need to put this into the frother. So we're going to need to get a up piece, which I already have. Well, I have an 8x6. I think that's going to be fine. So let's place this one in. And then let's see how this sits with the frother. You know what? This might be okay. It's clipping through a little bit. We might need to unbury it a bit. I'm going to have to add a straight piece on as well, because we need to hook up the water back here. So let's go ahead and put a straight piece on first. Add this little 2-banger. Yep, that should be fine. And then let's see. Do we need to go up higher? No, I think this should be fine, just like this. I'll dig it out a little bit, though. Okay, I think that's going to look just fine like that. And then we need to get water hooked up to it. But what's going to come out the front again? All of our ores. So the top is going to be the stuff we want to smelt. And all the other junk is going to come out the bottom. Okay, that's going to be fine. So if we're going to be doing that, let's go ahead and put our right piece on. Right here. And then another right piece right here. Just like that. And then I'm going to have to get an offset piece. If we run this straight, it's going to run right into the burner, the smelter. So we're going to come out here. We're going to buy this offset right 4 meters. I think that's the only offset ones that are right now. Yeah, it looks like it. So let's go and set this offset piece down like that. And then we can run this straight like that. And maybe a little bit more. I do have a left piece. Let's see if this will fit. Technically, this would work. It would. No, it's not going to work. It's going to run right into that chute right there. So we need to come out one more. I do have a 1-banger on me. So let's get rid of this. Let's place it down that 2-meter piece, right? The 1-banger. And then we're going to put this one in. And then, yeah, it should go right over the edge. How many spaces do we need? I think just a 2-banger should be enough, or another 1-banger actually. And then possibly a chute, which we already have the chute. And here's the 1-banger, right? We'll stick this on first, and then we'll throw the chute on second. And now all of that ore should fall right out of here into this conveyor belt, which will go straight into our smelter. And then it's going to turn it into bars. Now, of course, we'll have to make a diversion piece if we want to turn anything else into other things besides just bars, but this should be fine. We should collect a lot of bars and stuff in here. Let's just go ahead and turn everything on. Let's see if this even works. I don't have the water hooked up yet, so I lied. Let's hook up the water first. Now, I don't know how water drilling works. I am assuming we can just put it anywhere. I don't know if that's true or not, but let's come back out. We need to go to production. We need to get a water pump, which is right here. It pulls out unfiltered water. It's extremely cheap. I mean, I don't think it requires filtered water, and I don't think the filtered water does anything different. Let's take a look at the froth floater again. Oh, it does need to be filtered, or it just says water. I don't know if that means filtered or unfiltered. Oh, it does. It does need... Okay, so let's buy this water refinery. Okay, there we go. And then we're going to need a bunch of water pipes and stuff. But let's get this stuff set down first. So here's the water pump. And it doesn't look like... Pump needs to be placed on grass or snow. No shite. Ain't that something? Okay, well, I like it. I mean, it does make sense. So we're going to have to put this up here, I suppose. Right? Like up here somewhere? Yeah, look. It says grass, so I guess way up here. You know, we're just gonna have to run the water all the way down. That's pretty wild. Okay, hold on. Now, it might work. I mean, it shows that it works down there. I guess we could always test it on the concrete. Not the concrete, but the solid rock. So let's see. Let's just stick this down like here. We still need to put barrels in it, though, don't we? Or do we? No, we don't. But it does look like it needs to be hooked up to electricity. Is there a electricity hookup, I wonder? Or do we just need to buy one of those motors, perhaps? Don't actually know. Looks like we need to hook up a motor, though. Okay. Yeah, let's just put it in the grass. I don't think it's going to work back here. It literally says grass or snow, so... Right here is going to be fine. We're going to chop down these trees real quick, though. Get out of here, fool. You as well. Don't want you. Don't need you. So, let's see here. Right here, I guess, would be fine. Just stick it like this, right? Boom. The water will come out through this side. Let's see if we can get a motor for this thing. We'll just do the ×1. I don't think we need more than that. Let's set it down. Yeah, just like that. Okay. We're going to have to bring power all the way up here. It's going to be quite expensive to do that. How much does this draw? Only 100. I wonder if it changes as we move, as we add pipes, I meant to say. Let's see. Here is the water thing. We could probably just set it right up here on this rock. Because then we just need to feed it right in through there. So the only problem with this is lining everything up properly, right? So we might need to build backwards from the froth floater. Let's go and start buying pipe. So I'm going to need a left piece. So we're going to grab one of these. I'm going to need a down piece. So let's grab this 8x6 down, or this 8x4 possibly. I don't know. Let's just put this left piece in first and see where it sits. Because it's going to come in like right here. We're going to have to dig it out a bit, right? Yeah, and then I guess we could just go straight like upward. So let's buy one of those down pieces because it is coming down rather than up. We'll do this steep one. And there's another hour or half hour down. Let's stick this in. I think I'm going to run it this way. So let's grab another left. And then I'm going to need some straight pieces here. Some nice long straight pieces. So there we go. I'm going to buy like 2 of them. And then probably another down piece, right? I assume. Yeah, that has a ways to go. So let's put the left in first. Let's put the straights in. 1, 2. Okay, this is looking like it's going to line up. Let's put another... Since it's coming down, we're going to have to put a right piece in now. Maybe we have to build on grid mode. That would suck because I have not been doing that. There we go. Let's go and go up again. It's technically a down piece, but we're going to need a few of these, by the way. And they are down pieces. So I'm going to grab 1, 2 more. Let's see how this looks. 1 and dose. Is that going to be enough, I wonder? Not quite. It looks like we're going to have to go up. Maybe 1 more. That might be enough. In fact, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and buy, instead of the steep one, I'm going to buy the 8x4 down. Let's attach that. Now let's get some straight pieces up on here. I don't know how many. I'm just going to grab 2 to start with. And let's stick it on. Boom. And then the next one. Boom. There we go. Okay, this is at the right level, technically speaking. Let's see if we can hook this up. Where the hell's it hook up to, by the way? Oh, just like that. Okay, look. It's going really into the thing. Let's put a turn piece on, like a left, and then let's stick it in. There we go. I do feel like it should be up a little bit. I don't know. Let's see. Let's see about the water finder. No, this will work. Look. Yeah, that's going to work just fine. We're going to have to dig it out a bit. I don't know if it still counts as grass once we dig it or not. It should say dirt rather than grass, I think, because it seems a little bit misleading or confusing. Or maybe the grass just stays here. Oh, I was thinking when... Oh, it does kind of disappear, so hopefully this will work. So I was gonna say, once you start digging down, it's not gonna be technically grass anymore. It's gonna be dirt. Let's just finish digging all the way around this thing. Okay, that looks pretty good. I think it's gonna be just fine. Let's go ahead and put that motor into place now. Oh, or not, by the way, or not. Where the hell's the motor go? I thought it hooked up to the backside. Or was that for something else? No, I think it hooks up on the backside. Why isn't it not doing it now? Oh, because I'm an idiot. That's why. That's not even the freaking thing that I need, bro. That's the filter, not the pump. Anyway. Okay, dang it. I screwed this up. I screwed it up royally. Look at this. Anyway, let me dig it out. Well, you know what I could do, honestly, is destroy this. We could leave that pump there since I kind of... Or not the pump. The water refinery. And then we could just put the pump right here. It'll be fine. And then I'll just dig this out. And then this motor thing goes back here. Okay. Let's go and dig this all out, though. Hopefully this will work, though. Okay, there we go. Let's put it back. And then hopefully, yeah, hopefully this will work. It's technically not on grass, right? It's on dirt. It is red. I don't know if that means anything. Probably that it's not powered on. But it'll go straight into the water refinery, which is then going to pump out beautiful, clean drinking water. Which then goes down to the froth floater. Okay, this should work. I do need to bring power up here, unfortunately. So what should I do about that? It's going to be expensive to run power lines from our main. But I don't really feel like dealing with electricity and stuff. But we might just have to do that. Let's take a look. Those is still... Okay, look how much power this takes. Holy crap. Is it because of all of the pipe? Does each pipe change that? Let's go ahead and destroy one of these. Or this one, actually. Then let's take a look at it. Dude, that makes a huge difference. Okay. So this needs to be hooked up to a coal plant, honestly. Dude, that is wild. Okay, anyway, what does this equal? 2352. Let's see what we got down here. I don't think it's going to be enough. Dude, this is 2300 as well. Oh, shite. I'm going to have a completely separate... Oh, or is this all connected? Look, 2352. Oh, maybe it's all connected. Maybe I don't need to hook up power to that thing. Like, because it's already hooked up with the pipe, you know what I mean? I think it's all drawing the same 2352. Oh, okay. So maybe this isn't required. Let's pop this off. Maybe the pump just comes on. Let's turn everything on. Let's see if it actually works. So let's fire this up, right? There we go. Let's turn this on. Oh, look, 2252. No, definitely is going to take power. We're going to need at least 100 going up to that thing. Yeah, I'm pretty positive about it. It does... Well, maybe. Let's see, though. That 100 might have just been because of that motor. But that motor doesn't mean much. I feel like you can hook that up to anything. Let's take a look at the froth floater. I can't crouch. Damn it, bro. Get a crouch in here, please. Let's take a look, though. Is the water coming in? I don't actually know how to find that out. Pipeline speed. It is, look, 30 meters per second. And then if we destroy this... Oh, it still says 30 meters per second. Oh, it shows the load right there. Okay, let's put this back on. And now, it doesn't show a load. But maybe we need to process crap in here first. I guess I could come up here and see if it's running. I don't know. Oh, it is running. Look. It has freaking stuff coming out of it. But that might just be for this. Not so much this. I don't actually know, bro. Damn it. Well, there's only one way to find out. And that is going to be to process some stuff. So let's just go and process some stuff. I do have blasted rock and stuff in my inventory. So I could just dump it straight into the hopper. And then we could just see if it's working or not. So let's do it. Let's just go ahead and open this up. We're going to put the blasted rock. We're going to put the pay dirt and the dirt. I'm curious what's going to happen with all that stuff. Can I put the logs in there? I can. Can we turn it to a pulp? Let's consume it. Oh my god, I actually did take the wood. So that's kind of funny. Anyhow. What am I selling here, by the way? Coal and whatever the hell's left over from... Well, something, look. Just pay dirt. What the hell is this, bro? It is dirt and pay dirt. Oh, okay. Maybe I am sorting that out. Oh, I am. With this thing, huh? Yeah, totally. Okay. Anyway, let's get back up here. Let's see if everything's running. I do see it running into the frother, right? Oh no, this is going into the smelter. Okay. This is coming through. What is this? This is gravel. Let's see if this is working. Is it working? I don't freaking know, bro. I don't have anything coming out here though, so I need to fix that, but hold on, hold the freaking phones. Did it go through this? I don't know. Let's take a look. Okay, we're gonna have to just look in the actual storage now. Oh yeah, totally. Look, it is working, by the way. My logs actually passed through as well, which is hilarious. But lithium, iron, and silver. Okay, no, this is totally working. I only need to make sure that all the stuff at the bottom of this gets sent somewhere. So I'm gonna have to put in a right piece and then run conveyor belt all the way down to that, I guess. Because if we do look at the froth floater, tailings and everything else is gonna come out that bottom side. So okay, and then I don't know if the water is working though. Can I tell? It doesn't seem like it though. Look, I feel like I need that motor thing up there. How much money do I got? 168. You know what, we could do it. I'm just gonna use the solar panel for it, I think. I don't actually know. Let's just hook it up real quick. Can we turn this on? No, we can't. Yeah, I don't think this is working. Let me just get a solar panel. It'll be fine. I didn't want to use solar because it's kind of weird. But let's just buy this cheap one. Set her down. I need to get a wire. Okay, let's set this thing down like right here. It doesn't matter. And then get the wire, hook it up. Now turn this on. Okay, no, I don't think this is doing anything, honestly. Look, I think it's doing the same thing as the other one down there. Okay. And it's not showing water coming out. I bet it's because it's not on grass. It's on the gosh damn whatchamacallit. Let's get rid of this. Yeah, I think it needs to be literally on freaking grass. That sucks, bro. Okay, well, we could try to do that. Let's go ahead and grab... We're gonna have to buy another down piece, right? So let's buy this. Go up here like that, and then let's see if we can put the pump on. I mean, technically, look, this is feeding into the ground here. Is it sucking water, though? Look, it doesn't seem like it's sucking water. It is technically on the grass. Okay, hold on. Let's get rid of this. I'm gonna put a right piece on right here. Stick it just like that, and then we'll put the pump in, like right here. Now that's definitely on grass, right? Hopefully it doesn't mean I need to have it snap to the grass or something. Let's see, though. See, and it has this motor, so it makes me think it needs power. Let's go and hook this thing back up again with the input thing right here, like this. And then let's put the solar panel back down again. Let's grab the cable again. Let's hook it back up again. When we turn it on again, it should already be on, because that literally shuts off the entire operation down there. So let's turn it back on. And I don't think it actually powers this. I don't know what I'm doing wrong. Bro, damn it. Anyway, I can't tell if water's working or not. If you know, let me know, but I would say it's not working, so damn it to hell. Anyway, it doesn't seem like it needs it because the froth floater seems to be working regardless. Alright, well anyway, let's do some more digging. We're going to jump back in the front loader. We're going to continue digging over there, and we're just going to have to see what happens here. But I do love the spaghetti mess. Like, it looks so cool. So much better than my original Scandinavian map. Anyway, let's fire it up and let's get over there. Let's do a few buckets. Let's see how all of this is working. I'm going to come back to where I was digging, by the way, on my smooth incline, or my smooth ramp, I should say. Let's bring it down. Let's flatten it out just a bit like this, and just start digging over this way. There we go. That's a nice full one. Throw it in reverse. Let's go dump this thing. And I think we'll do like 3 buckets or so of this gravel. And then we'll just kind of go back there and see how everything's working. But yeah, I don't feel like the water's actually working. I feel like I should be seeing something on those pipes. Anyway, we'll get like 2 more buckets here. But let's go and flatten it. Not flatten it, but let's get it at the proper angle here, just like that. And all the way to the back. There we go. It wasn't a full bucket, so I'm going to bring it back down a bit. Put it back into drive. We're going to dig out a little bit more over here. Okay, that looks full enough. Let's just go dump it. It's fine. But I can see stuff getting dumped over there into that, Hey, Quad, don't go so far up, bro. Back it up, you asshole. Anyway, I can see it all going into that, damn smelter over there. Let's come back, though. Let's do the same thing. We're just going to kind of make it nice and even with the terrain like this, and we're going to come in through this way and just dig this out. There we go. It looks pretty good. It's a almost full bucket, but I did dump a bunch. We're down to 140,000 again, so we definitely spent a lot on all that stuff. Let's just go dump right here and lift my bucket all the way up. Shut it off. Let's hop out and let's just head over here and see how this is all working. Yeah, I don't think I'm doing the water thing right. Maybe I need to like snap it to the floor, which makes it really hard to get everything to line up if you do it that way. Yeah, see, there's no water coming through here. So I do have these all facing the right direction. We can see with the arrows. Yeah, these are all down pieces. So, oh, I didn't turn this on, so maybe that's why. Let's turn this on. And maybe that's going to make a difference. That's probably what the problem was, right? Let's turn it off. Let's turn it back on. Let's take a look now. I still don't see any water pumping through here, so maybe not. Nah, I don't think so. Unless, of course, the water only pumps when the machinery's running, but technically this should be filled with water. Like if it's coming out the pump, these things should be back pressured and filled with water. Anyway, it seems like it's all done. Yeah, let's go turn all this stuff off. Let's take a look in our storage and see what we got in there. I'm not entirely sure, bro. Off, thank you. And then let's take a look. So we do have a lot of stuff. Yeah. Check it out. We got lithium, iron, silver, gold, and copper. Let's take it all. Control click does remove it. I'm going to go ahead and grab that stuff as well. Let's go ahead and sell everything. Let's see what that made. It was only like 3 scoops. There's 4,200, 4,300, 800, 7,800, 14 for the aluminum, $147 for the wood, and the copper is at 732. So it wasn't a lot, but we didn't do a lot of digging right there either. So anyway, I guess from this point, well, there's a bunch of different things we could do. I wish I could just filter gold out by itself, because gold can only be into bars, but everything else I could turn into other things. So I'm not too sure where I should really go from here. It's a little bit of the unfortunate part of this game is there's no real clear direction on what you should be doing. So anyway, that is going to be it for this one, you guys. Thank you for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed, and we will see you guys in another one later on, everybody. Later, the flip on.